Hello, everyone. Welcome to DreadLore Live Play. We are playing the game called DreadLore. It is a tabletop role-playing game that focuses on the immersive part of the roleplay as opposed to only dice rolls. We do still roll down the dice when we throw down or try to do something hard, but it doesn't happen as much as we focus on the roleplay of the game. In DreadLore, we use character traits to kind of affect the narrative, so it gives us as players a little bit more control over the fiction by using our traits as opposed to just always throwing down dice. We have with us, I'm Drizzle. We've got
Hi, Drizzle.
Bill. We got
Hi, Bill.
Hooker. We got Andrea, and we got Ken. They'll introduce their characters here in a little bit to you. We would like to thank the music, Mr. Interrupt, and all lowercase letters. They're the people you'll hear playing in the background. We'd also like to thank the Patreon members.
Thanks.
Daniel Holker, Tim Roberts, Nostalgic, and Natalia Cline. Thank you guys. Thanks to Couchfire Media. They're the ones who make this all look good. Thanks to Terrible Productions, which we don't know what they actually do.
Whoever they are, we actually don't know.
Yep. And now we will throw it over to Daniel Holker with our sponsor for the evening.
Ooh.
Dankon, bonan vesperon. La sponsoro de ci vespere estas bonvolo. La sponsoro de ci vespere estas la rol ludo konata kiel DreadLore. DreadLore estas rankont movita ludo kie ludantoj estas elektoj. Ludantoj estas kuraĝigitaj kontribui al la rankonto per sia ludado. Lasu min fini, bonvolu. Lasu min fini. Okay. La DreadLore regulibro estas aĉetebla per diversaj retejoj kaj videblas ĉe tia. La libro de ĉia. Ĉi tia. Estas. Se vi rigardas ĉi tian fluon kaj komprenas Esperanton, mi kuraĝigas vin aĉeti la regulibron de DreadLore kaj esplori la mondon de Timo.
Huh? Thusen
Red,
Thaka. Red. Hey, Hulker, what the fuck did you just say?
I said our sponsor tonight is DreadLore. It's a great book.
Yeah, you said all that.
More
Good.
than that.
For anyone who wants to know what language that is, that's the language of the Red. Writ.
Esperante.
Esperanto. Yeah, you guys actually can learn Esperanto. It's online, it's free. It's got a few million people that know it. It's kind of cool. All right.
Yeah, I need to learn Japanese fully before I do anything else.
I mean, supposedly you can learn Esperanto in like 2 weeks and can talk enough to use it. There's a bunch of groups that do it online. Anyway, wow, that really threw me off. Well done, Hulker. You get a narrative point for being that way. Hey, chat. Hello, everyone in the chat. So we are slowly setting up the Twitch chat. Eventually, when you follow, we're going to have like dumb noises and little pop-ups and shit like that. But for right now, none of that happens. If you follow, we're just going to thank you a ton. Remember, we have dread points. You get dread points as you're in the chat, lurking, and I think you might get more if you actually talk. These dread points you can use for several things, such as reminding us to drink water or for perhaps alcohol, to not slouch, and you can give the players points. You can give them pips, or you can give them narrative points. These are resources for them to actually use in the game to survive. We're going to play the Red Writ.
Harry Bunkum said hydrate. And don't slouch.
I'll go at it.
Thank you very much, Harry Bunkum. DreadLore is for everybody. We're about to play the Red Writ. Nothing?
The Red Writ.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what I want.
Before.
Oh,
You know what I want. You know what I want. What is the Red Writ about? 1982, Detroit. That's right. 1982 Detroit. It's a film noir type thing. You have a group of investigators, sleuths. Something's going on in the neighborhood. Something weird. Acolytes trying to raise a dead god, perhaps. Weird detectives, 2x2 hands of blue that use some kind of alchemy called ttrpg. The kinslaying and murder of innocents every 12 years. And the players are these investigators who are, well, seeking out the truth. They found themselves at the heart of it all, a place called Bell Island. It's off limits to everybody. The weather has gone to shit. Unnatural weather. This is more than El Nino. This is it's like March. It's about 2 a.m. There's a blizzard going on. It's 10 degrees, dropping. Lake St. Clair is starting to freeze over. The city has lost power all the way. The group is on Bell Island. They've found this pool, this small man-made lake that they've, through sundry means, frozen over and then thawed. They found a bunch of acolytes of the Dark Dreamer, Levos, as it's called, led by the Lady K, Lady Cowie. And they started to disrupt this ritual. Sent Lady K and her followers running. Where'd they go? They went into the pool through some magical means, down into the sunken temple, the dungeon. And of course, these intrepid adventurer sleuths followed. Some stuff happened in between, but if you want to know about that, we got a whole podcast for it. That's where we're going to start. Last game, you guys, Tony and Nord, you went off, you got into the sunken temple, you found 4 acolytes, and you tranced them. Murdered 3, bludgeoned the 4th, who is cowering on the floor. Oh, by the way, Nord is invisible. Having imbibed an alchemical brew he concocted on the fly. Will he ever turn visible again? We don't know. Meanwhile, Simon and Leah and Mariah, Leah's daughter, find their way to the pool and together again. I had to do that before the ad happened. Regardless. Or came back, I don't know. Whichever one. Regardless, you all are together. You've climbed up out of this water in this sunken temple. The pressure of the air in this temple is keeping the water at bay. There's stairs, stone stairways that lead up into this wide chamber. This is where the acolytes were. Simon and Leah, you see 3 dead, robed figures. When I say robes, they're in the animal pelts and with the headdresses elaborate. One's head is exploded and its brains are like popcorn chicken all over the place. He looks like he may have been stabbed by a magic dagger. Up ahead of you, you see this large door, double-sided door, reinforced. It looks like a dungeon door, like something out of, like medieval times. Nord is standing at it, doing his Nord dance, which you've seen multiple times. He is high. He is sensing sensing the other realms, perhaps. Or maybe he's insane. Nonetheless, there's a feeling, an unnerving feeling from the other side. Weird light, ominous, seeping out through the cracks in the floor, underneath the door. These two braziers are going. Simon has grabbed one of the braziers, has knocked off the flame, and is using the end of it to jam it in between the double doors, because Nord has said that it's somehow magically sealed, and somehow this will work in unlocking it. Simon, as you're holding this metal pole, basically, you feel the click chunk, as the door unlocks and sort of freestand swings in front of you. Chill. Behind you, Leah, you have just received a ton of information from Onus. Onus, a self-proclaimed wizard from another place who's cursed, used to be the high priest or priestess of Lavos. But after being betrayed by Lady K, was ousted. She was ousted because she fell in love with the enemy, Erishkagel. Your daughter is nearby. Some of her hair is missing. She's pulled it out with her nervous tension. She seems to be doing fine. There's tears dried on her face, but she's smiling. She's incredibly resilient. However, just looking at her, you can tell she's going to need therapy. You're all soaking wet from the pool. There's a chill in here, so it's uncomfortable. Did anyone actually say that? Nor did you actually tell Tony that he had just died?
I don't think I said that out loud.
Yeah, Tony, you had found yourself like a dream, walking in darkness. It seems like a long time, and following, as sort of being led by this woman, Onus. She leads you to your friends, and it happens so quickly, and yet the memory, like a dream, fading. You can tell it was a long time. Last thing you heard was a crack from above. You looked up and saw heavy tree branches fall down. All was black. And then you were being led by Onus to your friends. That was 20, 30 minutes ago. You're not really sure what happened. However, something's different. You can feel something's different in your body. Almost like it's starting to feel maybe like you're wearing your body.
Like I'm not
Nord,
quite part of my body.
yeah, you're disconnected somehow.
Yeah.
Nord has handed you a book, which you love. And you've pulled some pages from it and started reading. And goddamned if magic may have occurred. You're not really sure. So we're going to start in this scene. Harry Bunkum says, I'm practicing my weird astronomy right now, sucker. I got to concentrate. What are you all drinking right now? I'm drinking wine. It's a Noble Vines collection. The Merlot.
Ooh.
I took it from a roommate and didn't tell them.
I'm drinking water and a chocolate shake from McDonald's.
Of course. You love chocolate milk.
I do. So much.
You know, but chocolate milk is good. Chocolate milk's good. But you love chocolate milk. I have seen you drink some chocolate milk. It's a frightening sight. Frightening. Chocolate milk,
So much
beware.
chocolate milk.
Do you actually mix it yourself, or do you like buy it chocolate?
No, I always like. I used to get it. I used to buy it, pre-mixed. But after doing Hershey chocolate syrup for a while, like you can't beat that anymore. So
Yeah, you throw down.
Yeah.
You're a slut for chocolate milk. It's okay. Holker, what are you drinking?
Kentucky tap water.
Oh fuck yeah! It's almost as bad. It's pretty much bourbon. That's a euphemism for bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, it'd probably be more of a euphemism for like
Hepatitis.
moonshine, moonshine, really.
Drinking this Shui Long Toe. Ken, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the Williams of Evan.
Oh yeah. Do I have any?
Bourbons.
No, I don't have any.
So I felt like you have been hard the last couple of weeks. I needed to catch up.
Yeah, it's about time.
I needed to wake up, get back into it.
Yeah. Evan Williams, I talked a lot of shit about.
You did.
I talked a lot of it, and then I bought it. And honestly, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad for what it is.
It's not the worst. I mean,
It's not the worst. It's actually doable.
For a $15 bottle of bourbon.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. It's actually quite good. Yeah.
It's not. It's no Willet. It's no.
No.
It's no Bullet.
It doesn't stand up. I think it's actually just as good as.
Yeah, it's probably as good as Bullet. In fact, it might.
And it's better than Jack Daniels, although Jack Daniels is not bourbon.
Way better. Like Jim Beam, Jack Daniels. I mean, I don't drink either one of those, if at all possible. Ever.
No. Yeah, if you hit Evans Williams, it's actually solid. JTS Brown, I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's also quite good.
Town Branch.
Now, I will say, I have as an I probably won't get into it tonight, but I have as an option. I have some of this.
What's that? Is that tequila?
No, it's Dragon Fire imported, like flavored wine.
Whoa! What is it?
Yeah, it's called Dragon Fire. It's like a sweet wine. This is like peach flavored. You can get different flavors, but it's got like that glitter, like the edible. Well, it's got the edible glitter in it.
That's
so you can like mix it up, and it's got it's got that swirly effect, and
Let's see it.
Got a fancy light on it.
I bet that's so good wine.
It's pretty. I mean, I think it's
really good. Is that Winnie the Pooh on top of it?
No, it's a corgi bottle stopper.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah.
Do you own a corgi or something?
They got so many corgi things, man.
Dog people. I swear.
The red Writ.
The red Writ. We are gonna play the game, y'all, but I'm just gonna game start in a second. Drizzle, what are you drinking?
The old ML.
Miller Lite.
Yep.
We should be getting money for all these.
We really should be.
Shout outs to alcohol places.
Harry Bunkum says the corgi is one of the most useful animals in the ecosystem.
Dude, right? Like they are so they're just like like corgis were bred to be cattle herding dogs. And they're so tiny. Like how crazy is that?
It's pretty wild.
Pretty badass.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
And now they herd people.
And now they herd people.
It's weird. Heard. All right, so we have 3 viewers right now. Let's start. I'm going to call on each of you. Let's do an internal battle really quick. I think you guys have been through a lot of shit. This will be a little bit of a a chance to 1, get into character, but also 2, to regain some of your resources. So, how we'll do it is this. Based on what has just happened to you in the last couple sessions, what you can remember. Give us the scene. I want a bid. So bid a trait. You don't have to mark it off, but just choose a trait that you're bidding. And From that, give us a description of maybe what your character looks like or what's going on, internal monologue. It doesn't even have to be something anyone knows, but let's get a little creative with it. I'm going to start. Oh, you know who I'm going to start with. Starting with Drizzle. That's right. With your character, Simon Vincent. You can also describe your character in this. So bid, do it, go.
I'm going to bid Protector, which is one of my newer traits. I think I did it last game. But it is... he's sitting here. He knows that some stuff's about to go down, and he just needs to protect Mariah and his friends, and hopefully whoever may be on the other side. If there's somebody in there who may be about to be sacrificed or something, he wants to... It is in his mind that he's going to try to protect them with all he can, even if it ends up costing him his life.
Harry Bunkum rewards you a pip. Drizzle?
Woohoo.
Go ahead and throw down on this as Simon's resolve is tested. So you know the number of successes you get is the number of traits you recover. Traits or proficiencies.
The red Writ.
The red Writ.
Okay. Well, I got 2 with Flare.
Okay, so you get your flare and you get 2 more.
Yep.
So you have 3 flare basically. All right. We're going to move on to Andrea, who also gets a pip from Harry Bunkum.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so Leah's more confused but less confused. There's an aspect
Feels like me
of,
and every day of my life.
there's an aspect of, okay, we have more information, but it only raises more questions. And how much more do we need to know to be able to successfully pull off what we're trying to accomplish? Like, can Lady Callie even be killed? I mean, we kind of, Onus alluded to that she might be able to with the 2 halves of this book, but we only know where maybe one half of the book is. The other half of the book is, it could be on the other side of the world for all we know. And for this, I'd probably bid, probably a spook, because Leah is used to trying to tie pieces together in her head, in order to understand the broader scope of the objective. But it's definitely weighing on her at this point that, like, she sort of has her next steps, but she doesn't necessarily have everything she needs for the end game.
Right.
Like, she's realizing that she's particularly after we fought that one, or from that got turned from the ritual, that we were, I guess, we thwarted, at least to a certain degree, but just that one creature was truly, overwhelming. Yeah. So, and presumably Lady Callie's even more powerful than that. So can we, at this point, can we even do anything useful, kind of thing? But so yeah, that's sort of where she's at.
So you don't. Good bid. Remember, you do not have to actually exhaust it. Go ahead and throw down, and the number of successes you get are the flare you get. So remember, with flare, you can recover any trait or proficiency. I'm going to call on Hulker next. After Leah is done.
Okay. So a D10 and a D8, wherever it fell to.
D8. Harry Bunkum says, "Cool, cat in the hat. Cat in hat. I cannot remember your name, man." Oh,
360.
Nord. I'm talking about Nord. Talking about Ken. Cool cat in hat. Oh, I thought it was cat in the hat. I was like, where's the cat?
I'm the cat.
He basically
Ken,
gave everybody a pip.
You get a pip.
Nice.
He says, Nord, you got a pip too, dude.
Yeah. Do I get 2 pips for that?
He gives you a pip. All right, what'd you get, Leah?
Successes.
Right, successes. How many did you get? Say it again.
You cut. I think your mic cut out.
Say it loudly and long.
3.
There we go.
Three. All right, you recover 3 either traits or proficiencies. Hoka. Tony. Same for
I
you.
stand here
Oh, man.
on the precipice of life and death and possibly something else. My life flashes before my eyes. All the choices that I made to get to this point. But one event in particular stands out. One event, I'll never forget it. It was 1963 and I was 11 years old.
It was 1963. He was 11 years old.
I looked around and I saw cicadas emerging from the ground. It was brood 12, the 17-year brood. They were emerging en masse, all at once, after having been underground for 17 solid years. And I wonder, am I seeing something similar? Am I seeing cicadas that have laid underground for all these years, and now, these aren't just any cicadas. No, they come to feast on humans, or at least they have been for all this time, and now they are emerging. Here, is this some unnatural satanic brood coming out of the ground?
What'd you bid?
I bid all is given.
All right. You don't have to exhaust it. Make your throw down. So this is, when you do a throw down, it is your action die, which is a D10, and your relevant aspect die. You get to choose. $5, he gets nothing.
1 success.
Dude. All right. So you get 1 trait and or proficiency back. And you also get a pip from Harry Bunkum. Ken. Nord Zetterberg.
Nord. Invisible, poor invisible Nord. It's something I've been afraid of all of my life. And going into journalism and going into media, invisibility is not what we want when we're trying to talk to the masses. So I'm going to bid a thing called Mithridatism.
What is it?
It's a relatively new trait, which is poison resistance. And so for the last 3 days, I have been poisoning myself with every single substance known to man, from cocaine to opium. To alcohol. I'm sure very little alcohol. Maybe
a little bit.
Other things. Certainly, invisible potion. I mean, who knows what that does other than
Build strong bones and muscles is what it does.
turn into a piece. So I'm, the fact that I can stand is a testament to the power of the human body wanting to live.
I believe it turned your pee a fluorescent blue.
Yeah, I think my excrement is glows blue at this point. And I wanted to show it to everyone.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like a good idea at the time. I would imagine everything feels heavy, like a 3-day bender should. But
Yeah.
I'm persevering through. I'm fighting. It's mind over matter. It's the fact that this is what I do on a daily basis. Wouldn't be too surprised if I lose a tooth or two on this bender.
Maybe more. Who knows?
More, possibly. Yeah, possibly more. I mean, you never know.
Tetsuo, man. Fucking Tetsuo.
Kind of pushing that shit.
Yeah.
Push.
Okay. Go ahead and throw down.
Okay. Mind over matter, baby. That is 2 successes.
All right. You regain, you recover 2 traits or proficiencies or 1-on-1, however you want to do.
Good. Need it.
Brief table talk. You guys now, as players, kind of know where each other are. And I described essentially the scene that you're in. Little table talk. You are in the Sunken Temple. It's written down. It's called the Sunken Temple. Has another name too, but whatever. No one cares about that name. You probably never find it out. You're about to open this door. Nord has seen what I described last game. A rectangular room. It's not rectangular. It's a trapezoidal room. So think of a rectangle, 2 of the long sides. One is longer than the other. And the walls, the 2 side walls, are at angles. Right? So it's a cool little block. It was always purple in my... You guys know what I'm talking about? The purple wood block? I don't know why it was purple. You know what I'm talking about? It's this thing. Anyway, that's what the room looks like. You're at the short end. Nord sees this. None of you see this? Nord sees this in his mind's eye. There's a crack in the floor, but you realize it's not actually a crack. It's a dimensional crack. It shifts and whatnot, like a Star Trek The Next Generation graphics. Looking into it warps your brain in a way that makes you want to fold into yourself and then shit. It's an unhappy feeling. There's 2 braziers blowing up fire like jet engines. And there is something with tentacles. It's translucent, almost like a jelly substance, leaking out. Beyond that is another door very similar to this one. Nord, you can tell with your previous bit of Scent of Colors, it's still up. That door too has this weird arcane lock on it. So, Simon has just unlocked this door. The door is closed. Table talk, you guys figure out what are your all's goals. You don't all have to be on the same page. You don't all have to agree, but just as players, what are you doing? And I'm going to get some water. Go.
So, before...
Simon, wait a second before opening up that door, man. I think we should take a minute, kind of assess.
That's what I was going to say before we go storming in here. We may want to figure out. I know time is of the essence, but we may want to regroup here before we go storming in.
It's all bleak in there. It's all dark. Tentacles, man.
Were you guys up there when Leah was talking to that one lady?
There's a door.
There were some acolytes. We took them out, except for one.
They weren't, no, up there.
Okay. Do you want to tell them real quick what they told you? So that they can get called up?
We have to go back to Grimwald's place. Because he has the other half of a book that we need to kill Lady Callie.
I got lots of Grimwald's books.
Why this
This is-
book?
Because Onus told us it's one half of a book that is important to. It's like about the only way she knows that, or it knows, we can kill Lady Callie.
I have his notebook. Maybe it says something in there.
Maybe.
And then I got this, like, it's like a skin-covered, super spooky book. And I think I have another book. The tongue on it. I could be making that up.
It
I think a
could
lot
be
of the
one
books
of.
have.
It
And then
could be one
Tony
of the
had a
books
book.
you got.
He had a book that we took from him, and I don't know where that book is.
Who did they say the second half of the book was with?
Someone who believed themselves a magician?
That could be Tony's book. I guess he believes he's a priest. You got a cat.
Ew!
I never believed in. I was a magician.
I think I scared my cat. Mew. It's true. I think you're a border guard and a priest.
Yes, that's true. Not a magician.
I'm an apothecary of sorts.
No,
No,
this
we-
sounded like whoever it was, it happened a long time ago. So,
You can.
If this job, if all this gets me fired from my current job, I guess I can be a roadie for the Grateful Dead.
So
Who knows?
Grimwald has one of these books. I mean, like I said, I got a couple of his books. I think we all had a book from Grimwald's.
There are a lot of books there. We
True,
should
there are
go
a lot
back
more.
there so we can all read them.
I think we should just move in there, and we should make that our headquarters. We should just steal that.
yeah, that's
But we
what I
gotta
mean.
get
Like,
to the
he's
store
not
first.
coming back for it, so
It's not
sounds like a
he needs
plan
it.
to me.
Well, we may have lucked out and already have one half of the book or something. If when you guys get a second, if you look through the books you've taken and see if any of them match.
What do we look for exactly? I mean, what sort of is there? Did he give a title, or she? Did they give a title?
I don't recall. No, but it. Well, the only book that I have is a book that says Kabbalic Systems on it. You know,
It seems
I don't think
important.
that'd be it.
I mean, I think that really gets you kind of in tuned with, your spirit, connection to body, all kinds of stuff.
Mind,
Can
body
you guys
connection.
still see me, or am I still invisible, or what?
Yeah, this is a good point. Nord, you imbibed this deal. Was it when did you actually imbibe it? The invisible, and
right-
what was it called
it was-
again?
It was after the explosion. The ice was thrown. The cooler was thrown in,
Oh,
and so it's been a while.
yeah, but has it
it's
been
probably
an
been-
hour?
It's not been a scene.
It's not been seen. It's been a scene, but
It's probably getting close to the end of it. Is what I'm guessing, because we ran and investigated this building, and then we ran and fought this one creature. Tony died, and then Tony came back, and then we came down here pretty quickly after that. So that's all that's happened. But I would imagine all of that takes a minute or two. So
I'm starting.
that's up to you.
I'm starting a poll, which is: are you a cat person or a dog person or other? If anybody wants to do it,
Cat. I will take the person.
you have to jump on that. So let's roll. Let's find out how long it's been. I'm gonna say, it's been at least 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes makes honestly probably more like 45. So this is what we're going to do. Something that matters. And we're not going to use a D20. God damn it. We're going to roll 2D12, and that's going to be how many minutes you got left on it. Hulker, we roll one of these 12. Drizzle, will you roll the other? We'll add the total, and that's how many minutes you got.
Ooh.
Just
Owned.
1
minute.
8.
9 minutes.
All right, you can drop proficiencies to re-roll if you want.
I don't know.
It's up to you, Lord. It is pretty powerful.
It is powerful. You know, but I feel like whatever's coming quick is coming quick, and
Some of these things can see you. You know that.
some of these things can see me. Just my friends can't. But I mean, I think that just says more about me and my friends. Nobody can really see me.
No one sees me.
Nobody sees me. Any last thoughts? I mean, I could make up a potion. You guys want some anti-poison? I'll hand out my little anti-poisons to everybody that I made.
Hold on to it. I don't want one now. I'm gonna wait until. I'd wait till we get poisoned before we.
Well, what if
I don't
I'm the
need
one
that.
that gets poisoned?
I'm having this weird feeling, wondering if I could even drink that. What it would do to me.
And then the potion I made and drank was the Nevada Leco.
Yep. Yeah. Which is Esperanto for I believe you can't see him or something.
You cannot see me. I am invincible.
Yeah.
I mean, invisible.
Nope. That's not how it works.
Yeah, accent's on you guys. What are you doing?
So we've got to. I don't know what's going on the other side of this. It may be Lady Callie people.
I think it's a monster. I think we need to like put those magic bullets in and like go in hot or smart.
How about we
Maybe
make the sole remaining acolyte that we didn't kill open it up and go through there?
Oh, it sounds like a good idea. He's a friend of your guys' friend. What were your friends' name? The drug dealers. You guys know George and his drug dealer buddies. I think that's now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I put that together. Probably knows Levi too. Do you know Levi, George?
Talking to an NPC?
Mm-hmm.
Always talking to NPCs. While you're asking this NPC, while you're asking George, his name will be George. Is anyone else doing anything?
I'm just getting ready to go in and do whatever we decide to do. So
Alright.
we.
Hold on.
No.
Hey, I got a question. Will our guns work?
We need those magic bullets.
Yeah, but our guns have been in the water.
Yeah, and guns work underwater, I think.
You get a pip. Go on, Andrea.
Yeah, I mean, wet gunpowder's not good.
As Tony says this, there's the question. For Nord, I don't know if Nord knows this or not. Nord, you can throw down as a reaction roll to know. You could bid to. It's bid or throw down. We're going to say that the rest of you do. So, Andrea, you are the resident gun expert. Based on the guns that you guys have, do they work?
How long were we underwater?
Just a few minutes.
No, I'd say a minute.
Or a minute.
Maybe a minute.
A minute and
Wasn't that long.
I mean,
I got 3
They
successes.
probably wouldn't work. Like it'd be pretty shoddy. Like we
Okay.
might have to it'd probably be worth a chaos die or two.
All right, so this is what we're going to do with it. Thank you. You get a pip for that. Nord, you get a narrative point because you beat it by more than 2. Nord, as Tony says this, and you notice the look on Leah and Simon's face, you remember, oh, there's no way. Maybe their guns work.
As we're all saying this, you see me pull out my revolver and I open it up and I pull the bullets out and I grab the extra bullets I have in my pocket and I go over to one of the braziers and I'm just
And
kind
start
of
heating them up.
like
What do you
to
bid?
dry it out a little bit. I'm gonna
And not
bid.
set it off.
What'd you say?
And not set it off. Heat it up.
Well, the gun definitely, but
Yeah, you gotta dry out the gun.
I'm gonna bid gunplay. So that means
All right.
I know how to do it. and
You don't need to throw down, but you do need to throw down a chaos die. Be a
Okay.
D6. The stakes are mishap. Not that it's likely.
No, it's a
You will
5.
destroy the bullet, basically.
Right.
Huh?
It's a 5,
Okay.
so it's not a.
So as those, you got a 5. We'll just go with that. 5 of the bullets you think are usable.
Okay.
So they are going to have mishap dice. The rest of you, the bullets that you have, how will we do it? How it will be easy? Because you're not going to know. You don't know if they're useful until you roll. And essentially, we're going to do it'll just be a higher threshold. Okay.
Yeah, you may want to try and go hand to hand before and use the weapons as a last resort.
Leah, as you see Simon drying off his bullets, and it seems to be working a little bit. Maybe one of them actually falls in the brazier, and he's like, "Ah, fuck!" and it falls onto the floor and is destroyed. Do you do anything with the bullets that you have?
Yeah, Leah would probably go ahead and go over and dry them out a little bit too.
As you do so, are these normal bullets, or are they rune bullets?
Leah would probably focus on the rune bullets since she knows those are the most effective.
What do you bid to do this?
Precise.
How many bullets?
How many do I have left? 5.
Going all the way?
Yeah.
All right, roll a d6.
6.
All right. All 5 of them you see dry out with a sizzle immediately. The runes alight.
The red writ. The red writ.
With a success, somehow you'll get a hunch. You've heard, this is 1982. I don't know if the Japanese invasion has happened yet, like Japanese culture. Has it?
Probably
Starting, maybe?
to a certain degree, yeah.
It started, but it hasn't peaked. That'll be a bit later.
Maybe because Leah is from Israel. As you were traveling, you saw a manga or something. The point is, earth, fire, wind, water type stuff. Somehow you get the feeling that the element that these bullets, these runes are tied to is fire. They use fire somehow. The bullets themselves seem warmer to the touch. You've got 5 of them. With that 1 success too on the chaos die, you realize these bullets are effective against the things you're fighting. The otherworldly, this magicka that Owen has talked about is instilled in. Normal bullets are not nearly as you look over at Simon and notice he has normal bullets, you realize he doesn't really have the tools. So, I'm going to give you a choice. You can take a gamble and you can get more bullets with which to do whatever you want. It's a dangerous fever dream gamble because I think it makes sense this close to the fever dream shit. Or you can play it safe and you can get 1 extra bullet since you rolled a 6 instead of a 5.
I'll probably take a gamble.
Okay, the gamble can cause you bodily harm.
Okay.
All right. The gamble is you look into the brazier and you see the coals. Some of them are mimicking the runes on your bullets, and you see a stash of rune bullets in the coals in the fire.
Mhm.
What do you do? Gonna give you 10, 9 as they start to like fade away.
So,
8, 7.
Leah will actually knock over the one brazier that she sees the other bullets in.
As you see Leah knock over the brazier. All right, I said it was a gamble, could cause you bodily harm, but you're knocking it over. It's clever. It's clever. It's clever. Where's Mariah? Chaos time! So, I'll give you a bid. If you want to bid, then you do this fine. Or you can chaos die and potentially cover your daughter in coals.
I will bid.
Bill, as an asshole.
I'm gonna bid Firebug. I know how to make fires and how to be safe with fire.
Boom! All right, 6 more bullets. Ding, 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 ding. As you hear Mariah go, "Go, Mom! Hell yeah!" And like she kicks the other brazier, but like Simon has the pole and it's already put out, and it just kind of thuds. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Actions on you all. Again, same place. All that has happened. Nord, you're sitting there. You hear the glang, 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 glang. Tony, you're sitting there looking at your book. George looks up at you, Nord.
I start reloading and I see everybody messing with their guns, so I pull out my 45 or whatever, the 38, whichever one has the 1 runic bullet that I have.
You gotta tell me. The 45 has more damage.
The runic bullet is in the 38 special.
Okay. So that's a 2d4 plus 2.
So I pull it out and realize that my bullets are, those George, I recognize that name. Yeah. George, you know Levi, right? Levi.
I don't know. I never met.
You never
Levi,
met him?
No.
But
Never. I heard her voice.
You do drugs with those guys down by the you're big. You like some.
I do all the
right?
drugs. Yeah, all the. I love
You
opium.
don't have any opium on you, do you? And I'm kind of like drying off my gun a little bit.
What do you bid?
I will bid. I might have to throw down, but I will bid. I don't know, my demeanor, which is unsettling. I'm kind of a strung out looking dude that is invisible.
Indeed, touche. He's just looking around like, as a bid is perfectly fine. As he says, you can have it all. As he pulls out a little pouch, let's find out how much it is. How many hits of opioid do you have? Holker, roll me a d6, and Ken, roll a d6. We'll take the better.
All right.
Give you upper hand on the.
Ooh.
Also, Simon, I will give you the 6, rune rounds I found.
Oh, thank you, Leah. And I'll load them into the gun.
6.
I got 1. Do I need
All
that?
right.
Is that a
You
KS
see-
thing or
No, you got upper hand, so you take the better. So 6. As he hands you 6 little, I guess they'd be like little. I don't know much about opium. We don't really need
I'm just gonna add
because you do like a little cook thing. I guess it's a little like paste. Enough for 6.
6 ounces, 6 grams,
6 little dabs of it.
6 little bits.
Someone who does opium in the chat, let me know. How does one do opium?
What is it? Is it a paste? Is it like?
I think it's a little like tacky substance you put in like the end of a pipe and then smoke it. I think that's
All right. So I don't think I had any
that's
before.
accurate.
So I'm just gonna say I got like 6 doses, whatever that is.
Yeah, you have 6
6
doses.
uses.
You gotta cook your pipe, you know what I'm saying? And smoke
I
it.
start rubbing his hair. You're not holding out.
Oh my
on
god,
it.
he just loves it. Oh my god, not at all. Keep that up.
What's in that other room? Why don't you go first in this other room?
As he
make friends
looks up
with
suddenly,
somebody.
I'm not allowed. I'm not blessed
Do you
by
see me?
Levos.
I'm from the
Levos.
other side? I am blessing you myself. I am Levos.
As he looks up, you have reminded me. You did convince them.
Yeah.
You convinced them that you guys are from the other side.
Yeah. I'm Levos's the entity from the deep. You are now blessed.
Oh my.
To make an appearance in the other room. This is your moment in the sun, buddy.
Oh. He doesn't say God. Oh, gods. How would he say? Oh, gods. Oh, Levos.
Almighty.
Praise thee, Cursoriskaga. He yells and throws his arms up in the air as he runs to the door, touches the door, turns around like a schoolboy. Thank you so much. I've waited so long for this. Is anyone going to do anything before he opens this door?
I'm gonna put
5,
the runic code
4.
back in.
I mean, I'll
3,
make sure my gun's loaded, but that's
2.
about it.
Yeah.
1. As he's like, he opens the door. Who's looking?
Me.
I'm looking, probably.
Sanity rolls.
Leah would be probably still loading her gun, so no.
So she's not looking. But Mariah is. Right?
Eh. Oh,
Are we going to bid Mariah to not be looking?
Yeah, why wouldn't Mariah be looking for bullets on the ground? I mean,
We've got-
I would spend a narrative point for
We got one more-
Mariah to be looking for
You
more
could.
bullets on the ground.
Because it's the same scene. Mariah has one more bid. So if you want to do a narrative point, you can totally.
I'll do a narrative point.
As Mariah is trying to, hey mom, I think I found one. As she will in fact find one. I got one. As her back is to the door, and because she's getting your attention, you're not looking. Everyone gains 5 levels. I'm kidding that. There's no levels in this game. All of you fucking make sanity. No, you already know. Do it.
Oh,
I'm gonna make a man.
Hey, Will.
Or you can bid.
Will, I'm gonna
Yes.
say, do you think it'd be alright if I tried to take a nap real quick and then come back?
Go take a nap. Take a nap.
Okay.
Take a nap and come back.
Alright, I'll try and come back in about less than an hour, we'll see.
Drink some water.
Yeah, I will.
Because you got to get back in here. Drink some of that really good wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
take
be
a nap and just communicate on the Discord.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Be back in a little bit.
Bye.
I'm going to bid in the fog, which is a flaw of mine.
Oh, yeah.
That even though, like, I am looking, I'm still kind of delirious, or
Mm-hmm.
not delirious, but like, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You are still in the weeds. Simon, for you, while you don't necessarily believe what you see, believe your eyes, while you may not be able to make sense of it, anything is possible. Like, it's like if you were to see like a crab walk out of like a black hole singing and dancing and like shooting confetti out of its ass,
Yeah.
you'd be like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, at this point.
Yeah.
So there's this little modicum of hilarity as maybe Simon starts laughing or giggling or whatever it is that, however that nervous tension would come out, occurs. What do the rest of you bid?
I will bid OCD, which is a flaw. I was probably hyper focused on George. George of the jungle, friend to you and me.
As Nord, you start singing that song as you're seeing what happens to George. Tony?
I will bid believer.
Tony, there is a higher power. And what you're visualizing, what you're seeing, is the evidence of a lower power. Something. A war. The spiritual war is true, clearly. There are beings you yet not known of. In English. Have you guys ever seen They Live?
Yes.
Maybe.
You know when they turn into the other person? How they kind of like crinkle like saran wrap from the inside and then sort of like pop back up?
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's weird, like fall asleep. No, I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not the
They
Rowdy
Live
Roddy
is-
Piper one.
That's They Live, yeah.
That's the Rowdy
Yeah.
Roddy Piper one. They chew bubblegum. It's the one where when you go to sleep, the thing that's in your brain takes over your body. It's Body Snatchers.
Mm-hmm.
Something of the Body Snatchers. Isn't that it?
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Where the pod people basically duplicate you? That's Body
Kind of.
Snatchers.
If you go to sleep, it's bad. You can't go to sleep. That's what I'm thinking of.
There's multiple.
My references turn to shit. Regardless, it looks like, imagine one of those aluminum birthday balloons. If you were to deflate it immediately, it crinkles. It's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Nope, it's the wrong one.
Too.
Thumbs up.
Is that the no?
No.
It's not the thumbs.
What is it?
Is it? Is it just one?
Is it one?
There
it is.
So many to remember.
George is lifted off the ground about 2 inches. This happens in the course of 2 or 3 seconds. He opens the door, is lifted off the ground in about 2 seconds, and you see him turn. His face goes from adoration and exhilaration to horror, as his body probably feels the pain, but his mind hasn't gotten it yet, as he is turned inside out. It looks like he's crinkled like saran wrap and sucked into the room as the door shut. You hear a sound that almost sounds like a human being crinkled like saran wrap. And that's it. There's silence as you all are sitting there, having borne witness.
Well, better him than us.
You hear Tony say from behind you all.
We're the good guys, aren't we? Ha.
Yeah,
That
we-
might not happen to us, right?
I think it's good that we maybe we don't open that door.
Yeah.
There's a shake and a tremor in the earth. Sort of a current in here. As you see some of the water, Simon, as you're looking down, flowing past your shoes. It's about a quarter-inch deep. As you look, you see the current is coming. It's being pulled from the pool up the stairs like it's being sucked under the door. As there's this draft pulling, you can feel your hair and such blowing towards the door, and the sound of a wind tunnel. As it sort of dies down.
You guys may want to get some of those books out and look through them and see if there's something that could help us with this. I don't know if I want to go through those doors as is.
Yeah, I'll look in Grimwald's book and see if there's some helpful information about spontaneous human combustion or something.
As you look through, what do you bid?
Shit. I'm gonna
That's a good one.
bid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bid everyone's a little gay to activate. No, just kidding. I'm gonna bid my I really don't have much. I'm gonna bid my what I am. I report. So I walk off the path and report, and so I'm gonna flip through this book and see if I can see anything.
As you flip through the book, somehow you find yourself looking at a page filled with artwork that just doesn't make sense. It's abstract. It's dark, charcoaly. Looks like it's maybe been inked with blood. This sort of very dark brown. The pages are stiff with it. And it's written in a different language, of course, because as most of the stuff is. But there are translations, Grimwald's translations. It says, worm. And it reads, from the DreadLore book, purportedly the size of planets within their own realm, worms are roiling amorphous beings who tunnel through thin regions within the aether and the between, consuming all within their path as they tend towards some ineffable purpose. Then there's some notes about like how Grimwald would like to somehow like get a piece of a worm, study it, and perhaps make an alchemical brew.
There's a way we can get this out of here. If we have to get any of this stuff intact, I can get a small amount out. Be completely dry. It'll never get wet.
Mariah looks up at you. Huh?
I mean, I'm just saying, if we got to smuggle a few pages out, there's a way.
How are you going to do that?
I unscrew the bottom of my flashlight. I empty out the batteries, and I say, look in here. We just roll them up and stuff them in. Screw it back on.
That shouldn't be here. Whatever it is. That worm. I didn't think they were gonna cross. There's something terrible going on. I think you gotta find something in that book that you have, Tony. Maybe it has a way to close the veil and between our worlds.
Nord, there is more. However, you feel your mind wavering as you start to read it. You can throw down. This is a sanity roll to continue.
Ooh.
If you wish.
Yeah, I would like to continue.
All right. Threshold is 1.
That is 3 successes.
All right. You get a narrative point.
And
Do you want to use it now?
Yeah, I would love to use it now. I would hope that maybe Grimwald took some time and energy to research, like, a way to protect ourselves against worms, or maybe there was a potion in there that we can, rub on ourselves, some kind of non-instantaneous death thing.
As you read on, a worm is it is yet unable to pierce the veil. Instead, they utilize their appendages, the lesser abstracts, called ambioid, to manipulate what's beyond their reach. And it goes on to a citation. It's not very long. Ambioid are the fingers, the arms of the greater aspects. They disappear as quickly as they appear, floating gently until they dart to whatever's tasty. Save for a handful of elements like valorum and other alchemically treated materials, whatever an ambioid passes through is dissolved and consumed. If used properly and with some cunning, Magicka can thwart them.
I got an idea. Maybe I'll make a little potion, guys, and I'll rub it all over you. Let me pee on you.
So, narrative point style. As long as you are invisible, Nord, you will not be immediately consumed.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
If you pee on them, your pee will protect them from being immediately consumed. However,
everybody line up.
You got 7 minutes.
Yeah. Everybody line up and let me pee on you. Real quick.
What? I'm not going to let you pee on me.
Well, no,
Mom,
you should stay here with...
No.
You and Leah should stay here. Simon, Tony, we need to get in that room. I got to pee on you. I'm invisible. Come on. I know what I'm talking about. This is my stuff right here. I start peeing on Drizzle. Or not Drizzle. I start peeing on Simon and Tony.
Simon, out of nowhere, a stream of fluorescent blue. You can reaction roll.
Start swinging around.
Yeah. You see blue pee. Forceful. It's way more forceful than you. You know what I'm talking about? You go in and you're like, really? Like a fire hose. Tony, if you want to get out of the way.
I'll get out of the way.
It's that opium dick. You got to do a reaction roll. So, Nord, throw down will set the threshold for avoiding your piss rockets.
I'm just glad that I have to swim out of here.
Did you just take
roll
it?
a grace? A grace?
A grace? I suppose this is grace.
Is this grace for my aim ability? My am ability?
No, I think
That
this is
is-
brawn. I don't know. You got to
Is it brawn?
squeeze. It's like a Kegel.
Oh shit. Well, I'll re-roll if you want.
In all
Yeah,
fairness,
My brawn is
my days as a cop, I've been pissed and puked on.
You've been pissing.
So it's fine.
I can do
All
brawn.
right, what'd you get? And Tony, what did you get for your dodge, which is a grace?
2 successes.
Grace and your... Huh?
2 successes.
What'd you get, Nord?
Less than that. I only got 1 success, but I would like to spend an ability. It worked in the past. Nope. Yep, it worked in the past because I peed on people before. To activate my marksmanship ability. So that is 3 successes.
Tony? You duck and weave, but it's like he anticipates you. As you see, like, he's got the Kegel, so he can, like, stop the stream and then be like... Like, you don't know where it's going to come from. He's invisible. Like a fire hose. You get fucking slimed in the face. Behind you, Mariah. No! Does Leah get it too? Does Nord piss on the entire party?
No, just Tony and Simon. I'm not going to pee on a little girl.
I don't know. It's kind of funny if you do. Roll a chaos die.
Oh, no. I don't want to pee on a little girl. That's a 5.
You do not. But you pee more on Tony. All right. Tony
All right, I'm
and
going to go
Simon,
in first.
you both
Follow me.
are glowing blue as you hear Nord invisibly say, "Follow me." You can't see him.
You're safe
You
now,
hear-
I think.
You hear top, top, top.
And
We'll
I'll
say,
open the
Tony,
doors.
you blocked Mariah from getting pee. All right, action's on you guys. Simon, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for the doors to open.
Tony,
gonna
what are you
open it.
doing?
Plotting, but it's standing here.
Plotting. Nord, what are you doing?
I know there's not a lot of time left in this, and my abilities are probably, I'm in a bad way in my invisibility, and I know this is like the one thing that is gonna keep me alive. So I'm gonna just go balls to the wall. Come on, Tony, we gotta read some shit and close a door, a bad door. Like we gotta stop the alien invaders from outer space, or they don't have green cards. They don't have passports. We gotta stop them, Tony.
As you open the door, it swings open. It is as you foresaw it. On either side of this room, your left and your right, you see 2 massive braziers, blazing blue fire. In them, a mound of blackened bones. They look like skeletal bones, of course. They look like, wow, Will. They look like human bones. They look like skeletons.
Bony bones.
The floor is a mosaic of runes. The red Writ. Candle wax, blood, and bones thrown around. It looks somehow chaotic and also purposeful. Hovering in front of you is a displacement. It makes you blink, wondering if there's something in your eye. You realize, is it a hologram? Or wonder, is it a hologram? Is it a trick? Is it smoke and mirrors? There is a rip in the air, folding violently and somehow like silk at the same time. It bends and weaves and hurts your brain, immediately causing like an ice pick spike of migraine. And something in plain view and yet completely hidden by the skin of this realm is there. You can feel it in the room. It reaches out its tendrils at you to grasp you and with light speed suck you into the tiny, tiny, tiny bits and pieces of this, ripping you in shreds like noodles. Everyone make reaction rolls.
I'm gonna
Nord,
dodge.
have you turned into a empty balloon?
I am the Blue Man Group. I am the Blue Man Group.
Let me remind the party, this would be the antagonist turn.
I would like to spend cunning.
Oh! You want to spend cunning, do you?
Yes.
I
And I
will
would
spend
So the
cunning
world
as well.
actions in the description. The next is the cunning turn if the players so choose, and then the bad guys go first in the player's turn. You guys drop cunning, so you interrupt the suckage. Tony, are you going to drop cunning?
Yes.
All right, so you all act in the cunning turn. As you see this thing turn, or you sense it, it's going to attack. It is astronomically large. Your brain immediately shuts it down, whatever you're looking at, and instead, you just know there's imminent danger. Imagine a massive eyeball looking at you. It's your guys' turn. What do you all do?
I'm gonna look around, and I would like to bid everyone's little gay to activate my scent of colors to see where the rip in space is, and everything's got to procreate somehow, and like everybody has their things they're into. So like, I want to hit him where it hurts a little bit, and
Remembering that not everyone thinks like you do, not everyone is like you. Who knows what this thing is? You don't know. You look around. Is there some way to hurt this thing? Nord, we're not going to make you throw down on this. The room is as I described it. What you'll know about these things, what you've read and all things, they feed on life force. They feed on ethos. This is an appendage. It's not the actual thing. It doesn't actually have a brain, right? It's simply seeking. What's keeping it here? What can hurt it? Since you opened the book, since you looked, this is a being of what Grimwald called the Veil. In what you've heard Onus talk about, it's of the void. Magicka can hurt it, which means ttrpg probably hurts it. Void magic can thwart it. That's what you get. You're also covered
Tony,
in your
read
own
your
piss.
book.
So.
read your book, Tony, and I'll pull out my sword and I'll stab it.
Yep. You
just wherever
run
it looks
up
the most
with your dirty dirk. As you run up, now you need to throw down.
Okay, where it looks the most corporeal. I guess. Does that what I bid before, does that help me out at all?
That will be your bid to do it.
Okay, and I've already bid the dirty dirk, so it's just a regular throwdown attack. Is that
Correct.
the way it works? All right.
Yep.
Gotcha. That is 2 successes. 2.
So
sure it needs more than that.
Oh yeah. So you guys are aware this challenge rating is Doom, which is a threshold of 4.
Okay. I will go ahead and spend a breath
Okay.
because
As you get limbo,
yeah.
as Nord, describe what is it as you're spinning breath running at this thing stab.
Well, I look for the most corporeal, the thickest area, and I'm just gonna put my face in it. Like I am going to fucking open my mouth and just like full on reverse Slimer this bitch. And hope that maybe some of the sweat on my and some of my stank will actually harm it, in some kind of way.
As Nord leaps into the air, nobody sees it. He's invincible. As you're like in 300, hands over your head, dagger out, like an axe murderer, completely off the ground, both feet, bent knees, flying at this thing. Yeah, you'll throw down. You got breath. As you stab it, throw down your damage. It will be halved since you got breath, or since you got the limbo.
That's 3 damage.
All right, that is your 2d. I'm sorry, it is dagger is what?
1d4 plus 1. Is that a cold shot? Because
it's plus 2.
Oh, is it plus 2? Is it a cold shot?
No, it is not.
4. Okay.
Because there's nothing to call. You're just stabbing it where it hurts.
I was going for it. I was like looking for its little parts.
All right. Roll a d10 and mark those tallies to see if you raise your period of life.
Ooh, bad. I mean, I don't, but
listen, getting old is not bad. In this
I'm
game,
pretty old.
There's a point where it hurts, but
I'm already pretty old. Do I get? Can I reroll on this?
If you want a proficiency, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to use a proficiency because I just rolled a 10.
Yep, yeah, I would do that. So the chat knows proficiencies are their rerolls. They can spend them to reroll a die.
Instead of 15, I'm at 7.
Yeah, it's better.
So that's I'll use a learning proficiency. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
As you stab this thing, comes the guttural noise. The runes alight. In this moment, Tony and Simon, you see beyond the veil. It's like when you get a splinter and you can see it under your skin. This writhing thing, like the end of a knuckle bone, like a fist trying to push through into your world. And you're dealing with like the little tendrils of it as it undulates and warps your perception like the Matrix. And for a moment, you can see the outline of Nord stabbing it with this blade as these runes spark within it. The runes are words to pull just shamelessly from Doom, the weirding way. You hear some ancient mage or mages in multiple voices, female, male, something in between, shouting these words of arcane power. Fuck you, motherfucker, as what they're saying. And you see blasts of this being's essence exploding off. Everyone can make sanity rolls or bid. It's up to you. As you are seeing something that should not exist. Your brains are saying, what the fuck?
I'll bid reach for as I'll go to hit my flask. And then then I remember that it's empty.
You didn't fill it up? I thought you had one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, there was the whiskey in the boat, but I was worried about
some good boat whiskey. Come on.
I'll use a pip and say that I refilled it.
You should have filled it with the boat whiskey. I'm just saying, come on.
Okay.
Tastes sloshy and kind of salty for no reason.
Yeah. It's that one that's aged on boats.
Yeah, it actually does taste different.
I'm going to bid Flaw, which is Night Terrors, and I'm certain that I've seen this in my dreams.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Tony?
I'm going to bid hard.
Give us a description of that.
Well, I'm being sexy, and we've had our moment.
Everyone's a little gay. He bit it. He bit it. Tony, give it a description.
I see.
Unless you shouldn't.
Yeah. I see an eye. And I realize that an eye for an eye doesn't really mean much because that's a giant eye.
As Tony, you again feeling disconnected, seeing this eyeball, you know it needs to be done. All right. Still
I know exactly what needs to be done. Vising needs to be done.
Tony, it's on you and on Simon. What are you guys doing?
I open up and start reading from the Book of the Awakened.
What do you bid to do this? Should have just kept this out.
I will bid. I will bid a flaw, fanatical.
Simon, what are you doing?
I am going to step to the left some, basically to get Nord out of line of sight, and I'm gonna shoot at it.
Okay.
So
With normal bullets?
No, I put the magic bullets in.
With the magic bullets.
Yeah.
Yep.
When it.
All right. What do you bid to do it?
Into me. I'm gonna bid streets. Or no, I'm gonna bid my motto and make them pay.
Tony, as you read from the book, you continue. You note you're reading from the scroll of the void. It states, the void is a general term arcanists or gazers, as they're otherwise called, used to describe the slippery places that exist outside of the natural realm. They're never quite sure which place, in quotes, they perceive or slide through. It's simply elsewhere. Just a second. Seeing these places renders someone often utterly insane or worse. Anyone who sees them or perceives them is subject to this horror. As you're moving through, you see Grimwald has some notes. Those powerful enough to hone their skill in the void magicka can even navigate through it in small bursts, called hip-hopping, a kind of teleportation. In a more grandiose sense, they can do what's called skirting the veil, although I'm uncertain if this is true teleportation, or if it's simply traveling in a different time. The void can be used for such things: pushing, pulling, ripping, even tearing. The possibilities are endless. As you read this, what do you do? What is your intention with this magicka? Think on it, Tony, for that is all for you. And we will resolve Simon's throwdown. So, Tony, you got to figure out what you're going to do with your magicka. Simon?
I missed completely. I got 2 successes.
Yeah. Roll a chaos die. D6. Oh, you know. You know, Nord. You know what's up.
It's a 2.
All right. Do you do anything to increase this to...
I've already
threshold?
done my... I've already used my 2 proficiencies, and I used 2 ninja gear, and I'm still at 2.
Did you use any abilities?
I have a gun ability.
Let me...
No, I will say this. Nord has already attacked it, ergo, the
It's on my
threshold goes
3.
from 4 to 3.
Let me...
Who won the poll? Or was it evened? Evened out?
I voted cats. Because
Last I saw it was half and it was 50-50.
The
So
result... Go on.
I bid strong
50-50.
swing to activate Master at Arms, which adds a D4, and then I bid Arsonist because the bullets came out of the fire.
Okay.
And still did not get another success.
No one's going to aid him?
Somebody, I will aid him.
That's
With
not what I
my-
made today.
I will aid him with my haunting him. Oh, I'll aid him with my flaw, astrally projected, because I flashed visible for a second, so like that kind of fucked with him a little bit. I flickered into form, and he saw me, and like in the flickering, I might spend a narrative point as well. He saw a little bit of my manliness, and it was grotesquely small, and so he wanted to defend. Like he was just grotesque out. Like like everything was a little, and just like he wasn't sure which creature to aim for. That's why he's missed so many times. And then he sees the dirk. He sees the dirty jerk, a glow. Like
This is not your member. This is actually the knife.
It's the knife.
I see.
And so he realizes that. Oh, wait a second.
I call it the dirty dirt.
That's not Nord. Like he was aiming at Nord's head, and so like he moved it aside to actually aim. And I'll give him. Is that a mind?
Yeah, that's
all
up
in
to
your
you.
head, dude. A mind die, which is a D10.
All right, you get a D10.
There we go. I picked
Yay.
up two off of that, so that means I've
All right.
passed.
Clean success. Roll thy damage.
I haven't used the magic bolts before. Are they any? Do you get anything special because they're magic?
It's an extra
or-
+1 damage.
Okay.
And they go through the resistance of the antagonist, which means they essentially deal double damage. But I'm not going to tell anybody.
That's 7. 7 damage total.
So basically, you're dealing real damage to it.
Yeah.
As blammo, you hear Constantinople of this spell cast. It echoes around you. This Doctor Strange style voice resounding through, and almost turning this knuckle, sensing it to like turn against maybe its weak underbelly, but not quite enough, as you see the bullet splash through the veil and an explosion like a mortar on the other side in distance. As for a moment, Simon and Nord and Tony, you get another sense of how huge this thing is. It's like viewing a thundercloud or a thunderhead. If you've ever been flying and you actually see one, it's a mountain, and this is the knuckle. As of fire and hate muffled behind layers of reality, the world shakes. As you see that hair in reality start to heal, as this thing starts to recoil a little. Tony.
Is it still a giant eyeball?
For you, yeah. What is the intention on your magicka? Your void magic.
Make some Tabasco sauce appear from the void and fall onto that eyeball.
All right, throw it down. Tony, just good. Throw this fucking Tabasco.
Molotov Tabasco sauce.
That's 2 successes.
That is limbo because Nord hit it once, Simon attacked it once, so now it's down to 2. Do you want to add anything to make it a clean success?
I will bid my last proficiency.
All right, so make your reroll.
That is another success. So
All right.
I went up by 1.
So a clean success. Tony, your brain thinks Tabasco sauce in the eyeball. How this manifests is something unholy, like unholy thunderstorm within its realm. So here's the deal. This is magicka. We're going to have a chaos die because it's magicka. And we're going to have you roll your mind aspect die. This is the damage. So roll mind and roll your chaos die. Relatively, I'm going to call this a danger level 3. It's not epic proportion. You're pretty much annoying this. Tabasco in the eyeball sucks, but it's not going to cause you to go blind.
The cast eye was a 3.
Okay.
And the mind's eye was a 5.
All right. So that's 5 straight damage plus 1 since you beat it by 1. 6. As this thing, you all see its skin undulate. You see veins and such as it's irritated with these words that maybe you turn, maybe you don't. Tony is standing there quothing, that's right, quothing, from the book as runes are flying off of the book, wind, like a wind tunnel from nowhere, flying past his hair as it's blowing around, and he's speaking these fell words. Hilariously, if you only understand what he's actually saying. Tabasco sauce in the eye, motherfucker. As this thing writhes, pulling back away as it retreats from this irritation of you. And as it does, this little burst and rip in the veil of your natural realm closes. You can kind of see it's still hovering there. But the ambioid dish, this thing, this abstract, has moved away from it. There's a rest, calm, in the room. Still, somehow, almost like out the corner of your eye, when you look at it, you can't see it. But out the peripheral vision, you can see almost this blot, like a scar tissue, floating there. And you're left in the room.
I'd steer clear of that area.
Every so often, maybe a phantom wisp of wind.
Simon,
Yes.
look at me.
Okay.
Am I pissed off yet?
Yes.
So it's gone.
Yeah.
Mariah turns, looking up at you, Tony. Wow. Looking back at you guys. When he reads books, some really fucked up shit happens.
That's the first time it's helped.
Am I here?
Oh yeah. As you're there, Nord, about this time, you guys see Nord starting to slowly reappear. He's translucent. You can't quite see him. Nord, you can still hide really well, but there's an outline of you. It's going to take some time to come back into focus. You guys are smelly and covered in pee. Leah comes in. She's holding her head. She's obviously, the toll of all of this is weighing on her. And she's in the background. She's currently an NPC for you. So you have 2 bids for her. Let us take a short break. I think this is good. And when we come back, a new scene.
Yeah.
What? No. We haven't had a new scene in like... I don't even remember. I don't even remember what to do on a new scene. Do we get goals and stuff? Is there still a tear in the void between us, or is it?
It's not a tear. It's more like when your pants start wearing out, there's a worn spot that out of the peripheral vision you can kind of tell is there. But we'll get to that in a second. So on a new scene, you guys are in the montage. Because you're in the montage, you can do advancements. On a new scene, you get all of your plot armor back.
What?
You recover all of your traits and your proficiency.
Yeah. Do I still have my +1 to the MA, which is my plot armor?
Yep.
I think that's a magical resistance.
So MA is Magica. What is it?
Resistance, awareness, acuity, altruistic.
I can't remember
Anyway,
what it stands for.
While you're
Alphabet.
thinking about that, I'm gonna talk about the Red Writ. which
The
is,
Red Writ.
Rit.
a game that we're playing right now. DreadLore is the Red Writ, and the mysterious doomy universe of DreadLore.
Doomy boomy.
Thanks to the cast: Bill, Bunkum, Andrea Elliott-Johnson, Daniel Holker, Drizzle, and Ken, which is me. Score by all lowercase letters and Mr. Interrupt. And none of this is possible without the wild and wonderful and the awesome support of our Patreon. Find our Patreon at patreon.com/DreadLore. Thank you, Tim Roberts, Daniel Hulker, Nostalgic, and
Natalia Cline.
Art media production by all lowercase.
Lowercase letter.
Couchfire media, art media production by Couchfire Media. Soiree Productions, whether they like to say it or not, brings you all this lovely and amazing content like the Red Writ, story, companions, humor, just such a funny. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Thanks for playing DreadLore's The Red Writ.
The Red Writ.